Welcome to the Divine Blueprint of the Eonian Times, a comprehensive mapping of resurrections, vivifications, and the consummation of all mankind according to God's sovereign design. To understand this blueprint, we must first recognize how Scripture divides all of time into three grand divisions: pre-Eonian times, the Eonian times themselves, and post-Eonian times. The Greek word for eon refers to a specific age or era, each with its own distinct purpose in the unfolding of God's plan. A foundational distinction in this study is the difference between resurrection and vivification. Resurrection is the return to life of those who have died, but it does not preclude the possibility of the second death. Vivification, on the other hand, is the impartation of immortal, undying life, a life that cannot be touched by death again. Vivification is therefore the higher and final goal for all mankind. The Eonian times span 5 great eons, separated by 4 global cataclysms. From the beginning through to the consummation, each eon advances God's purpose, bringing humanity progressively closer to full reconciliation with the Creator. These 5 eons can also be understood as a metaphorical journey through a sacred structure, an approach to the divine presence. Each eon corresponds to a distinct stage in that approach, drawing all creation nearer to God in a deliberate and measured progression. The universal equation at the heart of this blueprint is executed in 3 stages, corresponding to 3 distinct classes of humanity: Christ, the first fruit, those who are Christ's, and the balance of mankind. Each class has its appointed time and order in God's plan. Class 1 is Christ the first fruit, uniquely resurrected and vivified in the first eon of the Eonian times. His resurrection is the pattern and guarantee for all that follows. He stands alone as the singular first fruit, the pioneer of all subsequent vivification. Class 2 is those who are Christ's, the body of believers who will be vivified at his parousia, or presence. They are the called out ones who will reign with Christ during the kingdom eons, having received the gift of immortal life at the resurrection of the just. Before the final class is vivified, there is an interlude of judgment, the great white throne. At this event, all who have not yet been judged will stand before God. This is a time of evaluation, correction, and preparation for the final consummation. Class 3 is the balance of mankind, all remaining humanity who are raised at the great white throne. These are the vast majority of human beings who ever lived, and they too are destined for vivification, passing through a process of divine correction before receiving immortal life. This leads to the abolition of the second death itself. Once all of mankind has been vivified and sin has been fully dealt with, death, the last enemy, is destroyed.